Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow by Yuval Noah Harari. If you've read Harari's first book, Sapiens, you'll remember how he explained our rise. How we humans, Homo sapiens, despite being a physically small species, became the most dominant creatures on Earth. But in Homo Deus, Harari takes it a step further. He paints a picture of a world where our technology, our choices, and our dreams elevate us to an entirely new level. What comes after Homo sapiens? Can we transform ourselves into godlike beings? Can we truly control our own future? This book is about our tomorrow. It explores how the intersection of human ambition and science is redefining our lives. Harari explores three massive dreams that humanity has always chased: the dream of immortality, the quest for eternal happiness, and the craving for absolute control. These aren't just philosophical ideas anymore. Today's science is actively working to make them a reality. In this episode, we won't just get bogged down in details, we're going to tackle the big concepts. We'll look at how tools like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and big data will redefine human existence. In the process of building our future, will we become our own worst enemy? Harari warns that if we misuse this power, our story could take a dark turn. This book isn't just speculative fiction, it's a powerful tool for understanding the world today. You have to ask yourself, are you ready for this change? Will the technology we create make us better humans, or will it strip away our control? If these questions resonate with you, then this book and this podcast is essential. It doesn't just give us answers, it forces us to think deeply. Today, you'll understand how our future is being written and the role we play in it. For millions of years, humans were just another animal. Like the lions, tigers, or goats we see in the wild today, we struggled to survive, hunted for food, and lived in small, vulnerable groups. But then, something happened that never happened to any other species. Our way of thinking shifted. A massive change was born in our minds. Harari calls this the cognitive revolution. This was the turning point where our story diverged from the rest of nature. We didn't just learn to control fire and tools, we changed the way we process the world. Harari argues that this revolution gave us a unique advantage: language. But the true power of language wasn't just communication. The real advantage was our ability to create narratives, stories. We moved beyond mere facts and began developing myths, legends, and abstract ideas. This is why humans can work in massive groups. A pride of lions is limited to about 10 or 12 members. But human groups can be millions strong. This is possible only because we believe in shared myths. We develop concepts that don't exist in the physical world, like religion, nations, and money. These things aren't real in a biological sense, they are constructs of human thought. Yet, these shared myths allow us to cooperate, build civilizations, and create complex global systems. Harari says these narratives are our greatest strength. Whether it's religion or political systems, these stories have shaped the entirety of human history. In ancient times, humans worshipped various gods. But as civilization advanced, we created new types of narratives: capitalism, democracy, and human rights. These are our modern-day myths. They inspire us to work toward common goals, even if we are completely different on a personal level. Without these stories, we couldn't sustain such massive societies. Our ability to place faith in a narrative allowed us to share resources, build infrastructure, and advance technology. And here is the crucial point for the future: if we build today's world on collective myths, how will these narratives shape our future technology? Today, our faith is shifting toward AI, biotech, and big data. Are these becoming our new narratives? We must be careful that the myths we create don't end up controlling our freedom in the future. Homo sapiens conquered the world through the cognitive revolution. Now, we are taking it a step further. This is the core of Homo Deus. Harari suggests that in the future, humans are trying to become godlike. This obsession is fueled by our aspirations for immortality, happiness, and divinity. These three dreams have always lived in our imagination. Now, with modern technology, we are moving toward making them a physical reality. The goal is to advance ourselves so much that we have total control over our lives, our joy, and even death itself. Harari calls this the next step of civilization, crossing our natural limitations. Let's break down how this dream is turning into reality. The dream of immortality is nothing new. Throughout history, humans have wanted to defeat death. But until now, that was a fantasy reserved for religious stories. Today, through biotechnology, genetic engineering, and advanced medicine, we are nudging that dream toward reality. Scientists are starting to view death not as an inevitable natural process, but as a technical problem that can be solved. Harari argues that what we consider natural can now be artificially controlled. We are identifying genes responsible for aging and exploring ways to modify them. From replacing failing organs with 3D printed ones to using stem cells to repair the body, we are on a path where, in the next 100 to 200 years, life expectancy could increase so much that death becomes a rare occurrence. You could effectively stay alive as long as you avoid a fatal accident or a rare disease. But is this dream actually a blessing? Harari questions if being immortal would be as perfect as we think. If we defeat death, can we still preserve our identity, our relationships, and our humanity? The second dream is eternal happiness. Harari analyzes how our society has become obsessed with achieving constant pleasure. To achieve this, we are using pharmaceuticals and AI to alter our brain chemistry. Happiness is being treated as a biological process dependent on chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. We've started using the pharmaceutical industry to control mood swings, anxiety, and depression. But now, people aren't just taking medicine to treat illness, they're using it to boost happiness. But again, is this sustainable? Can we live a meaningful life if we bypass our natural mental states? Harari warns that this obsession is dangerous. If we biologically control happiness, we are essentially shaping our emotions artificially. We might lose our real feelings in the process. The third dream is divinity, achieving godlike control. Humans want to master their environment, their biology, and life itself using AI and machine learning. We aren't just using technology to improve the world, we are using it to dominate it. From designer babies via genetic engineering to manipulating the climate, the ultimate goal is control. We want to reach a state where we can predict and control everything. Like a god. On one level, these dreams make us the most advanced beings ever. But Harari warns this journey won't just be positive. It's a complex path where we must weigh our decisions carefully. Homo Deus isn't just about tech, it's an existential journey. Can we become godlike and still stay human? Or will we lose our humanity in the process? We are at a crossroads where technology makes life easier on one hand, but fundamentally threatens our jobs and economy on the other. In Harari's vision of a post-human world, AI and automation play the biggest roles. As machines get smarter, the need for human labor shrinks. Automation means systems that work without human input. Harari notes that AI isn't just for factories anymore, it's entering healthcare, law, education, and even creative fields. In the future, the majority of human jobs could be handled by AI. Whether it's delivery, medical diagnosis, or running a business, machines will be faster and more accurate. This doesn't mean all jobs vanish, but the value of human labor will plummet. Harari calls this the rise of the useless class, people who are no longer employable in a traditional sense. Tasks we once thought only humans could perform are now being handled efficiently by AI and machines. As algorithms continue to learn and adapt, the competition for human workers is only going to get tougher. This raises a vital question: when everything is automated, how will people earn a living? Harari discusses a potential solution: universal basic income, UBI. This is a concept where the government provides every citizen a fixed income, regardless of whether they work or not, to cover essentials like food, shelter, and healthcare. UBI is gaining traction because if automation wipes out jobs, income inequality will skyrocket. Governments may have to create these systems just for basic survival. If a robot takes your job, UBI might be your only safety net. But this brings up political and philosophical questions. Is UBI a long-term solution or just a temporary fix? And is it even possible to provide for everyone when global resources are so limited? Harari makes another fascinating prediction: a new kind of social divide. On one side, we'll have those with access to AI, bioengineering, and advanced tech. These elites will use technology to extend their lifespans, enhance their intelligence, and upgrade their physical abilities. Harari calls them the superhumans of the future, genetically enhanced individuals who may no longer face disease, aging, or even death. On the other side, the majority of humanity will lack access to these high-end services. This creates a split between a techno-elite with godlike control and a useless class struggling within traditional systems. This gap will widen as long as AI and bioengineering remain in the hands of the rich and powerful. Middle and lower income groups will be left behind. This is the point where humanity will be forced to completely redefine its social and economic structures. The future Harari paints is challenging. Automation is likely to displace the human workforce, and managing the resulting social divide will be our biggest hurdle. The shifts we see today are signals that we are moving toward this post-human world. Our decisions and policies today will be the defining factors of that tomorrow. Data and information have become more than just technical tools. Harari introduces a new ideology, dataism. Dataism views data as a new kind of religion. As we depend more on AI and big data, its influence grows. Harari defines dataism as faith in the flow of data and algorithms. Just as ancient religions provided a framework to understand the world, today, algorithms are defining our lifestyles, decisions, and even our morality. Dataism suggests that the universal flow of information is the core of everything. We are heading toward a time where algorithms replace human decision-making in every sector, from health to politics to entertainment. In this view, if something cannot be processed or analyzed as data, it effectively has no meaning. Human intuition is being swapped for data-driven precision. Truth is no longer found in philosophy, but in the flow of data. Algorithms are no longer just for calculations, they are challenging the very foundation of human choice. In medicine, law, and finance, algorithms are proving to be more reliable and efficient than humans. AI diagnostic tools can analyze millions of records to recommend treatments that a human doctor might miss. Even our personal lives are being shaped by them. Dating apps use algorithms to suggest partners based on behavioral data. Our personal choices are becoming data-driven outputs. The trend suggests that algorithm-based control will only increase. Algorithms are seen as unbiased and factual, free from the messy emotions and biases that plague humans. But as we become more dependent on them, we shouldn't overlook human freedom, creativity, and ethics. Algorithms are powerful, but they struggle to replicate the random, chaotic, and innovative nature of human thought. The roles of religion and ethics are evolving alongside these challenges. Harari asks, will religion continue to be a vital framework for living? And will ethics remain relevant in the face of radical biological and technological innovation? Historically, religion was the center of human understanding, providing moral guidelines and social structure. There has always been a tension between science and religion. Over the last few centuries, science has replaced many religious myths with theories like evolution and the Big Bang, and substituted divine healing with medical science. Because of this, many believe religion's role will fade. However, religion offers something science cannot, meaning and purpose. Science can tell you how the world was made, but it can't tell you why or what our purpose is. This is where religion may remain important. In the future, we cannot focus solely on technology. We need a new ethical order that understands our new powers and limitations. As we reach four godlike levels, advancements without ethical boundaries could be disastrous. Harari argues that humanism is facing its greatest challenge. The core of humanism is that humans are the center of decision-making. But as AI takes over decisions in finance, medicine, and relationships, this human-centric view begins to crumble. Furthermore, biotechnology is challenging human equality. If some people can biologically enhance themselves through genetic engineering, the idea that all humans are equal might vanish. The emergence of superhumans, those with the resources to integrate with cybernetic or biotechnological enhancements, will disrupt our traditional views of humanity entirely. We are now living in the Anthropocene era. This is a period where human activity has the single greatest impact on our planet's climate and environment. We dominate the global ecosystem so thoroughly that we have altered natural cycles. Issues like climate change and biodiversity loss are the direct results of our actions. As Harari points out, we are no longer slaves to the laws of nature, we have become its masters. We aren't just changing our surroundings, we are controlling the very geological structure of the planet. This power comes with a heavy price. We must understand the consequences of our actions and take responsibility for them. Throughout this book, Harari gives us a unique perspective on how our past, present, and future are intertwined. We are evolving from Homo sapiens into a species that breaks its own biological and technological limits. The rise of AI and biotech will impact every facet of our lives. The big question is, will we control our future as superhumans, or will we become slaves to our own technology? Human progress is a double-edged sword. With every new opportunity, the risks grow proportionally. That is why this book is so relevant to everyone, whether you are in science, philosophy, or politics. That's all for today. We'll be back with a new episode and a new topic. My name is Raja, and you are listening to ThoughtCraft. Thank you.